Ernesto Che Guevara remains one of the most iconic and controversial figures of the 20th century. Born in Argentina, he evolved from a medical student to a Marxist revolutionary who helped reshape the history of Cuba and inspired liberation movements around the world. His life, marked by idealism, militancy, and defiance of global powers, continues to evoke admiration, criticism, and intrigue. Early life and education. Che Guevara was born on June 14, 1928, in Rosario, Argentina, into a middle-class family. From an early age, he suffered from chronic asthma, but that did not prevent him from being adventurous and intellectually curious. He studied medicine at the University of Buenos Aires, intending to become a doctor. However, a formative experience changed the course of his life: a motorcycle trip across Latin America in 1951 with his friend Alberto Granado. This journey, documented in the Motorcycle Diaries, exposed Che to widespread poverty, injustice, and oppression. The experience convinced him that political and economic systems, not medicine alone, were responsible for the suffering of the people. This ideological transformation laid the foundation for his revolutionary path, political awakening. After completing his education, Guevara traveled through Latin America, eventually settling in Guatemala, where he witnessed the U.S.-backed overthrow of President Jacobo Arbenz. This solidified his belief that U.S. imperialism was a central force oppressing Latin America. He fled to Mexico following the coup, where he met Fidel Castro and joined the 26th of July movement, a group of Cuban exiles planning to overthrow dictator Fulgencio Batista, the Cuban Revolution. In 1956, Che sailed to Cuba with Castro and other revolutionaries aboard the yacht Granma. After a failed landing and heavy losses, the survivors regrouped in the Sierra Maestra Mountains. Che, initially a medic, quickly became one of the most effective guerrilla commanders due to his discipline, leadership, and commitment. He played a pivotal role in several key battles, culminating in the Battle of Santa Clara, which forced Batista to flee Cuba in 1959, post-revolution roles in Cuba. Following the revolution, Guevara assumed several important roles in the new Cuban government. He served as president of the National Bank, Minister of Industries, and a diplomatic representative. His economic policies aimed to transition Cuba into a socialist economy through central planning, collectivization, and industrialization. However, many of his policies proved unsuccessful due to unrealistic goals and limited economic knowledge. Guevara also presided over military tribunals and executions of former Batista officials, actions that remain controversial to this day. Despite his administrative role, Guevara believed that revolution should be an ongoing international effort. His speeches at the United Nations and interactions with leaders across Africa, Asia, and Eastern Europe reflected his commitment to global anti-imperialism, global revolutionary activities. Che grew frustrated with bureaucratic life and left Cuba in 1965 to spread revolution abroad. He first went to the Congo to support leftist rebels, but the mission failed due to disorganization and lack of local support. In 1966, he resurfaced in Bolivia, where he attempted to lead a guerrilla insurgency. However, the Bolivian campaign was plagued by isolation, lack of local support, and CIA involvement. Guevara was eventually captured by the Bolivian army on October 8, 1967, and executed the following day. Legacy: Che Guevara's death turned him into a global symbol of resistance, revolution, and anti-capitalist ideals. His image, Particularly, the iconic Corda photograph has become one of the most recognizable and commercialized symbols in the world. He remains a hero to many for standing up to imperialism and inequality, while critics view him as authoritarian and violent. His writings, including Guerrilla Warfare and the Motorcycle Diaries, continue to influence political thinkers and activists. Statues, museums, and murals in Latin America and beyond honor his memory, and his name is invoked in protests, art, and political movements to this day. Conclusion: Che Guevara's life was defined by a relentless pursuit of justice through revolution. Whether remembered as a visionary or a flawed radical, his influence on Latin American politics and global revolutionary thought is undeniable. His journey from Argentine doctor to international insurgent reflects both the passion and peril of revolutionary struggle in the modern age.